Okay then, Raiders, we are back. We've got loads to go over today as we've had a store update actually come into the midst, although I've got to talk about this skin as I do think that this one is, well, this one's going to be a painful one to go over. We've also got the next skin that's going to be coming next week as we have had an email from ARK Raiders themselves, and it seems to actually show you guys what it is that's coming inside of that one. And we have obviously got things such as the trials that released yesterday and the ML store offerings. This is going to be an interesting one because we also have a bit of a chat to go over as we've managed to get hold of Tencent and we are in the new trial. So this is going to be an intriguing next few weeks. With that being said though, we're going to dive on in and show you guys all the information that we have at hand. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you're checking out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. We've got new bundles dropping all the time, man. So hit the link in the description, use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. And as per usual, we've got the giveaway going on for Raider tokens. If you want to get involved with that, it's very simple. Head down to the comments, any kind of love that, and it'll enter you in. We'll be announcing that one very soon, so make sure you stay tuned to it. That being said, let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now inside of ARK Raiders. So starting off, we have had the latest update to the game. Now, it didn't bring any patch notes in, but what it did do is update our store with the Aeronaut set. Now, this one is a cheap one of only 1,000 on the basis that you already own the diver backpack, so we'll get into that in just a moment. But we do have this one to look at for 1,000 or 1,800 if you don't already own the backpack. We can see right here, though, that we have got 3 different color variations on the books today. These ones are, well, interesting ones as we have the red, we have the Bayesian yellow, and we also have the green. These are some very cool ones. No, it looks a little bit familiar. Don't worry, I recognized it as well. We're going to take a look at that in a sec. But we can remove the pouch from the front. As you can see, the headgear, we can remove the visor or completely off, but we can't seem to remove the mask on that one via the headgear piece. We can obviously remove it later down the line. Now, we do have the leg pouch that is on the side that you can remove a tiny pocket, and we can take the mask off separately in adjacent to the actual headgear itself. So you can run it on a no visor, take the mask off and just run the helmet if you so wish, or you can obviously keep it all on. And we have the oxygen tank on the front that we can also to remove. I mean, it makes the gas mask a little bit invalid, but irrelevant, you can take all of it off. And if you decide to take all of it off, this is what you will be left with. It looks pretty cool, although by this point, a lot of you guys have already probably noticed that it does look extremely familiar to the drift coat outfit that we have already had for quite some time. Yes, there are different variations of it that obviously make it a little bit different, but overall there is very, very high similarities between the two, which makes it so that if you've got the drift coat, you probably don't want the Aeronaut set. It makes it almost redundant, if you will. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if you're bothered about that one. We also have the aviator glasses for Scrappy. Very cool indeed. Again, not too sure if anyone's going to want to purchase all of this, though, as they are 500 Raider tokens for just the glasses. And then we obviously have the diver backpack that is attached into the bundle as well. If you've already got it, though, you can use it all for 1,000, as well as the short sweep. This haircut right here is the short sweep haircut. Naturally, they have it in all of these standardized colors, but if you guys who are wanting to have that short sweep haircut in play, you can now obviously do that. That one's a mere 500 Raider tokens, although relatively expensive. That is exactly what we've got going today, which is a little bit disappointing. I kind of expected a little bit more from it, and it feels like the creativity of these sets are really dwindling down now. They're not really doing too much with it. The Aeronaut set is pretty much like the Reaver set, but without the horns, and the Aeronaut set is so much like the drift coat that you guys probably don't even want it. Not only that, but we also received an email coming in from Embark Studios ARK Raiders with regards to things involved with the game, and I didn't even notice that I'd received this email, and I've not really seen it anywhere. But this is the next skin that you guys are likely to be getting. We all know by now that what they do is they do like a skin new one, and then they do like a skin variation of color palettes, and this is going to be the Bog Walker set, but in a turquoise color. We don't know if it's going to be just this color or if there is going to be a second one, but this turquoise coloring right here does seem to be working quite well. I actually really quite like it, and you guys who have the Bog Walker set, it will be updated completely free of charge. So I guess you can't really complain about that one. That's likely to come in next Tuesday, although not confirmed. It is obviously in the banner titling, so it is likely that that's actually going to be the case. Moving on from that, though, we didn't upload yesterday as we had other news that we wanted to revolve around in other games, but we do have the new trials of damaging flying ARK inside the walls of Spaceport, search supply drops, damage leapers, destroy pops, and search ARK probes in couriers and assessors. Overall, a relatively easy week indeed if you guys are still doing the trials. At this point, I've really given up with the trials. I just don't see much point in it personally, and until they really segregate those trials leaderboards to solos and squads, for me as a solo player, I'm just getting left behind every time. I get up to hot shot and it's borderline impossible to get any further, so extremely frustrating. And ML is going to have his nomadic envoys update very soon, including the traveler backpack cosmetic, which is going to be 200 epic legendary ARK cores currency. We have got the field kitchen backpack attachment that you can see, and we have also got the Venator that you guys are going to have as far as a blueprint, and you're going to be able to utilize that using some of the new trinkets and others. Overall, the Venator blueprint is actually relatively cheap if you ask me, and most of you guys should be able to get it by now already. So as soon as it goes live, you're actually going to be able to get hold of that if you haven't got that blueprint already. For me personally, the game is in a bit of a weird state. I know that a lot of you guys are still enjoying it, and for those of you who probably play a little bit more commonly and a little bit more casually, I think that you guys will probably enjoy the route that it's going right now. What I will say is that there are some other things happening in the works. We managed to get in contact with a Chinese content creator on Bilibili who actually works alongside Tencent and has managed to get us an account process through Tencent, as apparently they like the fact that the global team seem to be enjoying what it is that they're doing over in China. So we've managed to get onto the Chinese client that you can see right here. This is the Chinese version of the finals, and they are going to be updating it so that tomorrow we have access to the ARK Raiders client over there for 2 weeks, which is intriguing because I'm allowed to stream it, I'm allowed to go live with it, I'm allowed to utilize it for video footage, and that's exactly what we intend to be doing. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel, as I do actually manage to get into the Chinese client, or at least it seems relatively positive that we've managed to do that as of right now. Stay tuned, as I'm sure over the next few days, if it didn't go to plan, then you will definitely be the first to know about it. Nonetheless, I've got to look through your top comments from the previous video where we went over the new game modes and the new items that they actually have over on the Chinese client, and you guys actually had a lot to say, and it seems that a lot of you guys are really upset. This first one right here stating from just another guy, on the bright side, I'm about to gain 50 gig of space on my game's SSD, which essentially says that he's uninstalling. Now, as much as that is disappointing, I can completely understand why it is that they would actually do that. I don't really know what it is that's going on with Embark Studios at the moment, why they're not actually learning and listening, and what it is that they are doing wrong in comparison to people like Tencent with the exact same title. Baffles my brains, man. Baffles my brains. This one right here from Be More Chef states, apparently they have more combat augments and weapon skins too, which we obviously spoke about quite a little while ago, as that was confirmed in the early days. Again, we'll see over the next few days exactly what it is in there as the actual beta does start. But yeah, man, it seems that they've got loads more stuff over there. I just don't understand how we're sat in this position. And finally, it states, we were the beta for the Chinese version. Ha 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 ha. I felt a knife behind my back after I finished this video, which is painful, and I'm really sorry that I have to obviously push across those news, as I do love the game, and there's nothing more that I would love than pushing out the positive videos that we were doing beforehand. Unfortunately, if Embark made good decisions, I'd be able to be more positive. It just doesn't seem to be the case at the minute, so yeah, it's such a shame, my dudes. Such a shame. Unfortunately, that's what we've got time for today. Make sure you stay tuned, as we've got loads more content coming your way for other games later on in the day. Thanks again, like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.